How's it going? Back at it again, and here at the end of the month of June, going into July, we're at 48 and 33, 4 games ahead of the next team, with the White Sox at 40 and 42, the Cleveland Guardians 40 and 43, and the Minnesota Twins 12 games under 500. You have to wonder what is really all this going wrong for the Twins right now. Is it pitching? Maybe it looks like the injury bug has hit them. So just from 14 home runs, only 26 RBI. Just doesn't seem like they're getting the power. Of course, Casas is regressing, but he's still having a productive year of 284 with a 360 on base. Dylan Cruz having a career year, 62 RBI so far. I wouldn't even call it a career year because the year before he had 31 home runs, but he's having a pretty good season. A 384 on base does kind of implement that he is having a career season with a 920 OPS, well above his average. I just wanted to take a peek there. Just a little thing to complain about here before I continue. Sometimes I like to go and look at the players' potential and like the edit player, and it just blows my mind that a player like Donaldson can produce like he has, and his potential has went down actually. He's got 84 potential now. He's at 86 overall, so he will be regressing into that at some point unless it goes back up. But then, of course, Nixon Lane's potential goes up. He's having a great year, too. Not saying he's not, but it's got to be more of a fine line, I think, when it comes to that. I seen earlier, Witt is actually third on the team with RBI this year. Very impressed with that. And of course, he's 50 hits away from hit number 2000. I don't think we're going to see hit number 2000 today because of the draft being involved in this video, most likely. It's 15 days away. Before I started, I kind of didn't want to do the draft, but I kind of feel like I have to do the draft at this point today. But regardless, I think we start the video off with AAA. I don't even think we got into the AAA last episode, and it's time for that. Someone that's really catching my eye, I mean, he already was on my radar, but Diego Fuentes, his development is going very well this year. 6 discipline. His vision's gone up. He's hitting lefties a lot better, and I don't need him to have power against lefties, but if he can play at the major league level and not have to platoon, makes him more and more intriguing. And if Fuentes can come up and play and do better than Carrara is showing, he might be our third baseman of the future instead, and we'll have to look to trade Carrara away. But good development here on Hiroshi Fong, man. He is the most MLB ready player we have for sure. Why not get a game in with him? I really question myself of not even having him up there right now. It's just too late in the year for me to call him up. I'll just wait till September. He will be our September call up for sure. But man, I think it was a missed opportunity. I gave the respect to Gavin Cross because he won the World Series MVP. But I don't think next year will be as kind to Cross, especially if Fong can come up and play well in the month of September. I'm not saying that Cross is playing bad now. He's actually doing a little bit better, but you know, he's not getting any younger and he's not getting any better. You know, he's kind of, he is what he is. He's a pretty good all-around player, and that's what really has kept him in the lineup. But I think next year a bench role is a possibility, or even playing in left field. Or Roshi Fong starts the game off with a base hit off of McGarry. Yeah, I think Fong is, he's definitely an MLB guy right now. I just really wanted to fine-tune him, especially after the failed experiment with Carrara so far. He was kind of rushed, and I don't want to really make the same mistake again, but Nixon Lane has given me hope with some of the future players that get called up because of how he's played and even overperforming expectations and increasing his development. And McGarry, Fong, it late on it. That's a pitch that he probably should hit, but unable to there. Gary's still pitching into the 5th inning, and of course Fong was our first round pick in 2027 draft. We swung. Definitely can tell it's my first game. Can't swing at those. Thought I timed that one actually pretty good, but I guess I wasn't even close with that. A strikeout on Fong. Chris Perez up to hit. On the ground. Nice line drive base hit.
Now batting, the second baseman,
Michael Sanchez now. He's gonna hit a base hit. Fong might be tested here. On a hop. And he will throw him out. So good enough. This one hit decently and just a bit late on it. Not a bad at-bat though. I like that one. Just a little bit earlier and he's going to connect in a big way. Wow. They turned the game on their head with 6 RBIs coming off a grand slam and a 2-run home run. Oh, wow. No, I don't know if Fong, what kind of a player he'll be on the next level when it comes to hitting, but there's only one way to find out. I think, in my determination or evaluation, maybe, I don't think he'll be like a superstar, but he'll be a very good player. I think, I don't know. Like, he'll be getting on base for sure. I'm not worried about that part, but maybe some other aspects of his game are kind of concerning at this point in his development, but like, he's never, I don't think he's ever going to hit for power. I don't expect a 20 home run season from Fong, but I think he's going to be a very good hitter. If that makes sense. Sylvester McKay, he's actually, I think, the #1 guy for Cy Young or #3 guy, and he's off to a really good start in his season. So I wouldn't mind Getting some at-bats. Bobby Witt is up to 278. I didn't even notice that part. I want to use Jazz Chisholm again. I've been using Jazz a bit too much, but I'm only going to have him probably for this season, and I kind of want to use him. So O'Neal Cruz is on the A's. They got Jackson Holliday, Jacob Wilson. They have a good team. They just have yet to get over the hump yet. I don't think the Athletics have made the playoffs in this 10 years of playing the franchise. I don't think they've been in the playoffs. It's always been the Mariners and the Astros, and I believe even the Angels have made the playoffs. And obviously Texas probably made it early on in the series, but I don't think the Athletics have made it into it yet, and they're not looking too promising so far. Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr. with the bases loaded against McKay. McKay can hit 99 on his fastball, and he's got a ton of stuff to work with. And that one's going deep. Caught at the warning track, advancing the runner. And a good throw from the center fieldsman to keep the runner at second base.
The batter, the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
And there's Jazz Chisholm making an impact here in Oakland. That one is gonzo. That one went far. 470 feet for Jazz. That might be the farthest home run we've ever hit in this series. I don't even know if we've had one longer. He absolutely tore the ball off. I couldn't even keep up where the ball went. That's how I knew he destroyed this baseball. And of course we're going to admire this because, wow. Went into the second deck, man, but wow. It hung for almost 6 seconds.
Up next for the Royals.
That's some serious
Jazz
hang time
Chisholm Jr.
for a ball that was hit that hard. And he did it again! Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's got all the RBIs in this game. And he's got 2 home runs off one of the better pitchers in baseball in Sylvester McKay. And you could argue that he could add a grand slam because he didn't really miss that first one by much. And Jazz Chisholm Jr., have yourself a day. 2 home runs for Chisholm. Back-to-back home runs for him. That one went 464. And Jazz Chisholm is going to have to hit another one because the Athletics have came back. And it made it 4-4. But just like the number on his jersey, that's how many home runs and hits he has. He goes against Nick Mikolajchuk. What a name.
Wood! No ball, 1 strike.
On the ground.
That's it.
He will get Chisholm out.
The batter, number 7, shortstop. The batter, number 2, second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
It's 5-5 after Lane tied it, facing Elliott Sampson. The curveball gets in there. Oh man, Chisholm had it. That was his pitch.
1-2.
Might not see one like that again. No, he didn't. His third home run of the game. Jazz Chisholm Jr. Are you kidding me? His third home run of the game. Oh my goodness, Jazz Chisholm. Wow. I'm speechless at this point. What more can you say about Jazz Chisholm Jr. right now? Like, this is like a Bo Jackson-like performance. This is just something that I'll have you stunned. This one goes 458. Wow. I definitely have not had a free home run game yet this year either, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. has just really opened up my eyes here. That man is dangerous with a bat. Wow.
Our final line score tonight. First for the
Jacob
victorious
Lawson went
Kansas
5
City
for
Royals,
5
6
today.
runs on 14
But
hits,
Jazz
no
Chisholm
errors.
3
They
for
left
4
2 runners on base.
with a sac fly and 3 home runs.
5 runs on 14 hits, 3 errors.
I'm speechless. And this is the man that's leading the Cy Young. I also want to get a game in against him. Why not go with what? I feel like he's going to give us probably a better run for our money than McKay did, though. I was not expecting Chisholm to hit 3 home runs. I was thinking maybe 1 and a nice hard hit, but man, I'll say this about Chisholm, man, when he hits the ball hard. He's a fun player. Even at his age, he is still delivering. And
now, your Oakland Athletics.
it's amazing.
Batting fifth, the shortstop.
Here's Bobby Witt Jr. with 2 on. Already 2-0 on Webb. Throws a fastball, a slider, and a changeup. It sends this one out to center.
Batting seventh, the right fielder.
There's Jackson Holiday now. And Witt throws him out to end the first. Chisholm tried to get a steal.
Hey. No ball, 2 strikes. Hey.
I'm amazed. I'm not surprised. This one blooped up in the air, and it falls. Wait. This is gonna stay at first with his weak single. Like he was Honus Wagner, and here's Robbie Del Villar. This one blooped up in the air. Will be caught. It's Spence into the game now. Oh, and Witt had a good feel for that one. Throws all fastballs in a curve.
Yeah.
It's not a good day in the office for Witt so far. 40,000 people are in the Coliseum right now. They must want to see the Royals play, I guess. I mean, that free home run game must have brought them the game, and now they're here watching Witt strike out. And the A's come back and win. What's your Watanabe? Blows the save. And you just can't lose games like that. Those are unacceptable. Kaw's a solid player, but he could be a bust. Speed's definitely going to be good. But it's a risk. And finishing up the series, and the Athletics come back and win again. Unbelievable, man. Let's jump down to some AA action before we continue. Man, Ramos is just not doing it for me right now. I mean, his discipline is going up tremendously, though. Maybe it's just a growing pain here. I think I want to make a move here, then. I think it's time that Sandy Denson, the 18-year-old Venezuelan switch hitting first baseman, makes his AA debut. And Jack Steele, I think, is real close right now, but he kind of deserves his own episode. And I just don't want to get into a pitching game right now. That should really take a ton of time away. It's time to bring down Ignacio. Going against the double A team of the Oakland Athletics. Sorry it took so long, guys. I'm just taking my time. Let's make the double A debut of Sandy Denson. I believe he was a third-round selection from us a year ago, and he has tremendous potential at first base and switch hitting capability. Will be a little bit of a project, but he already has some good starting stats, you know, and the things that I want him to be in a first baseman, so I really feel good about his development. And maybe he'll surprise a lot of us with his growth. You know, but seeing Ramos develop in that discipline is kind of, you know, it intrigues me, but I think it's time. It's time to see Denson play. You know, he is ready to play, and there's no sense in making him wait.
Batting sixth, the first baseman.
Here's Denson.
Jensen.
Going up against McGee, the left-hander.
0-1's the count.
Richard McGee. It's the honors of playing against
1-1.
Denson in his first game. Denson hits it in the air weakly, and it will be caught. This one driven into center field, and it will be caught as well. Here's Escobar with Garcia pitching. On the ground and throwing it to Denson, getting the out.
Hey, come on now, one time, right here, meet me right here, kid.
This one down the line, but foul. This one driven up in the air. You know, for only having like 30 power, he
The center fielder,
drove that one
number
pretty
10.
good.
Leading off for Northwest Arkansas.
Here he is in the left-hander batter's box,
Jensen.
going against the righty. Ooh, man, that
No
was
ball, 2 strikes.
the one. Denson's gonna go hitless in his first game. Not to his fault though. We lose 10-1 to the White Sox. Not encouraging to see that. We need a do-over with Denson. We got to get one hit. If we don't get a hit this game, then we'll just have to let it ride, but I want a do-over. Here's Denson against Francisco. 2-1. This one weakly hit, and there it is. Denson's first double-A hit. And it will drive in two. Tie the game. It's a moment the kid will always remember.
Now batting, third baseman, Solomon Gator.
This one goes past, and Denson
Now batting. Leading off for Northwest Arkansas,
Here's Denson in the fourth.
Sandy Jensen.
Hey, we got one.
That will
The
safe.
first baseman, number 3, Sandy Jensen.
Doing all better. Come on.
1-1.
Number 4 prospect in baseball right now is Denson. This one hit in the air. He can't believe it. 2 on, 2 out against Gonzalez.
Clutch up right here, kid.
T-Rod.
Take strike 1.
Hey, keep it going. What's up, boy?
This one hit on the ground. Denson will be thrown out. We do get Denson's first hit, so we'll let him grow on his own now. And the White Sox sweep us. And Detroit is now tied in the division. We have a series against the Tigers shortly. Finally respond with a win. And the Brewers take that game. I don't even need the scout anymore. I'm just this draft. I'm just nonchalant about. We pick 30. I've got some players I like. I don't think I want to get a bunch of players in here. We'll see what happens. We do take the series against Milwaukee. A game ahead of Detroit before we take them on in a 4-game series. Let's hop in to game 1. Gavin Cross has 11 home runs. Damn, Gavin Cross is tearing it up. Let's use the Langford, I guess. Here's Francisco Alvarez. Know him all too well. Drives this one into the outfield.
Nope, outside. Aye. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
This one on the ground. And Tovar.
Batting 6, the right fielder.
Make the play.
Leading up for the Royals,
It's 3-0 in Detroit, and Cat
Wyatt
pitching into the 5th inning.
Langford.
22 home runs has Langford so far, and this one on the ground again. Tovar, this time he stumbles. And it's an error. There's 99 off the bat. Tovar couldn't handle it.
The left fielder, Wyatt Langford.
Hey. 0-1's the count.
Hey, so you didn't drive it here?
This one is gonna be stopped by Tovar, but an infield hit by Langford. Man, they would just be shifted in that spot if the shift was still active. Ahmad's in 4 for 4. He helps Detroit win. Long of Cat only giving up 2 hits the whole game he played. Why not get a game in with Nixon Lane? And we get to go against an old foe in Jackson Jobe. So I might as well try to get Nixon Lane involved in some divisional action. Detroit and us are tied right now. I believe they have the tiebreaker now, though. We need to show up in Kauffman Stadium and get some wins.
Batting second, the designated hitter,
Nixon Lane is 3rd in left fielding all-star voting behind Langford and Walker right now. That's the kind of company he's in his rookie season. And Joby doesn't seem to care.
No balls, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes.
This one hit weakly on the ground to Torkelson, and
batting third,
he steps on the bag.
Aye.
Wow.
No ball, 2 strikes.
And he strikes out Lane. And we finally hit one of his bad pitches. We let a changeup go by the last at bat. And get on with a single. And Docicus, John Docks. And he gives up a base hit to Lane. He's 2 for 4 now. This is what Nixon Lane was designed to do. He can hit the ball. That's all you ask. Kansas City wins the second game. And Gavin Cross is the player of the game, with Dominic Tuttle getting the win. Use Juan Castro for this game. He's sunk his batting average under 300. We had him above that line for a minute, but all still impressed with how Castro has played. Very happy with the performance. Here's Fernando Almanzar.
Batting 7.
And he gives up a home run. Beginning of the game. But against Matt Manning.
Yep, that ball went out. Two and out.
Every time I have an at bat like that, I just feel dumber. But you know, that was an at bat, I guess. So you know, it seems more and more when I play in the outfield, all I do is do this. I never get to catch fly balls. This is all I do is scoop up ground balls, and
Leading up for the Royals,
Wyatt Langford hits a grand slam.
Juan Castro.
Hey.
Can't pitch it better than that. That was very nice. Castro just
I'm out.
in a rut here. Puts this one in play, but it will be caught.
The center fielder, number 3.
Another base hit. And it's Dylan Carlson now. Another base hit. And we mess up the throw with Castro, and he's going to be safe. Going against Adrian Pena now in the 6th inning. And he gives Castro a pitch to hit, and Castro will get on base with an infield single.
Up next for the Tigers, the shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar.
And this time Castro is going to make the throw and get the out.
The right fielder, number 48, Juan Castro.
Hey!
Hey, let it fly, let it fly.
0-1. Oh, 1.
All right, come on now, let it fly.
And Castro digging for gold, and
He's out.
he is out. We do get the win in spite of my terrible play. And we take 2 games from Detroit with 1 more to go. Let's go against Adam Gold. Junior 42 hits away from 2,000, and let's get a player luck with him against Adam Gold. Detroit's batting order is starting to heat up. Oh, they're looking like they have some solid averages despite of the overall they have. Here's Bobby Witt Jr. against Adam Gold in the first inning. Scott Donaldson on first. And Witt's going to put a big charge into that one, and it's going to fall against the wall. And running home is Donaldson, who will score. Add on another hit. Now he's 41 hits away from 2,000. I believe in the next episode, Witt will have that 2,000th career hit.
Batting 6, the left fielder, number 33, J.J. Bleday.
You're out.
Here's Witt Jr. Carrara hit a 2-run triple. And Witt's gonna get a line drive and another base hit. The crowd doesn't even seem to care. Now Witt is 40 hits away from
The
2,000.
left fielder.
And another thing before I continue, congratulations to Alex Ovechkin for breaking the record today. I watched it at work.
Let it fly now.
It was freaking awesome to see. And Witt Jr. continues to hit the ball well, and this one is gone. Bobby Witt with a home run. He just needs a triple for the cycle, and this is number 15 for Witt. Have yourself a day, Bobby Witt Jr.
Hey, good one up there, huh?
Facing Pena.
Up. 0-1.
Again, a triple shy of the cycle. Witt going after it.
All right.
Witt strikes out. Witt with a chance in the 8th. In the 8th. Hideki Yamashita.
Hey, you got it. No one bet. Let's go.
Oh, I thought I had it with Witt there. Dead late on the fastball that only went 92. And Yamashita sends Witt packing. But a good game for Witt regardless. 3 for 5. He did strike out twice, but...
Our final line score this afternoon.
Oh, I forgot they have Tatis.
9 runs on 13 hits.
He's hitting
No
261.
errors,
He's not having a bad
runners on
year
base.
so far. That was a very interesting trade in the offseason, but it wasn't really a bad trade for either team. You know, they wanted to get rid of his money, and Detroit wanted a better player, and they gave up not really good players to get him. So we do take the series against Detroit, and you know, very impressed with the way we performed there. In the 11th inning with Witt on first. Let's enter the game here. Bobby Witt is 0 for 4 on the day. Getting a chance against Moses Rosario. And somebody said Bobby. That was funny. 39 hits away. And that's a pitch to hit. You better run. It's gone anyway, and a walk-off home run for Witt Jr. Number 16 on the year. 38 hits away. And he might do it in style with the way he's playing. Bobby Witt Jr. He's having himself a pretty good year right now. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. He sees all his new teammates and he wants to prove that he's still a great player too. He's really opening up my eyes. This team is, I think, even you could argue that this team is as dangerous as it was a year ago with Walker, because you gotta remember, you know, the addition of Chisholm and Nixon Lane and the production we're getting out of some of these other guys that we just did not expect. But what a game.
First for the victorious Kansas City Royals.
Get the win, and Witt Jr. What more can you say? I'm not going to hop in the All-Star Futures game. I've done enough of those. I'll hop into a AAA game now. And we're going to use Joel Fong, and we're going against Shane Baz. Man, Shane Baz is down here in AAA pitching now. He was pitching for us. I believe he won the World Series with us, and then we just didn't re-sign him, and now he's found himself in AAA. I believe it's Marcelo Gil, yep. Against Ruiz. This one out there. Here's Joel Fong.
Hey, come on now.
Yeah, Shane Baz. We had him for 2030. We won the World Series. And then ever since he's left, it's really not been too well for him. He's making a pretty sizable amount of money right now, and I think Chicago's regretting making a deal with Baz. I enjoyed Baz the little time that we had him. He brought stability, something that wasn't stable that year. It was very much a roller coaster, and we almost didn't even make the playoffs because of it. Baz is actually lighting me up right now. He's got a nice fastball.
One ball.
I like all his pitchers, really. He was a good pitcher. He was very dynamic in that postseason run. I wanted to keep Baz, but it just, the timeline didn't work out with the players that we had in the minors. I definitely liked Baz more than Gavin Williams. Gavin Williams was dominant. He would get strikeouts and he'd have great games, but he didn't really sim too well sometimes. And
Victor.
I think Baz, out of the group of Hunter Brown and Williams and him, Baz was the best guy. And we gave up Tejada, and I don't think that was a big deal. I think getting Baz and winning the World Series makes that trade worth it
Now batting.
all the
Left
time.
fielder, Joel Fong.
Here's Joel Fong. And Baz will challenge you with that fastball early in the count, and Fong's just not ready to swing. I don't think he'll be facing Baz again, but it's 4-4 now. It's Marcelo Gill. He's back out there. It's a base hit.
The batter, the right fielder, Alexander Canario.
This one hit hard in the air, and Fong will make the catch. It will not get the out. Here's Caleb Killian.
Nope. That's inside.
Killian never really just had a chance to make it. And here's a hit from Fong, but it will be caught. Just bad luck from the Fong twins in this episode. Howard Hanna pitching. Definitely want to see him do better. He gives up a hit. Fong not the best throw. But we do get the win. And Villalobos is the player of the game. I guess it's time to get ready for the draft, and we will see what happens. Really, I'm very tempted to take Spencer Rhodes, but at the same time, he's a project. I have a lot of options and places I want to look, so we'll just see how it goes. We have a lot of second round picks, so we're going to be picking a lot here, but the people we sign will depend. The White Sox with the first pick take Luis Harper, a third baseman. Pick 2, Colorado, Michael Labu, or Yabu. And the third pick, the Braves take Gavin Slaughter, the pitcher. Texas with the 4th pick. Julian Franco. And Zach Peters goes. And what would the Mets they take? David Bautista. He looks pretty solid. He might be a steal right here. I think we'll definitely be looking at Bautista's rating. I think Bautista looks pretty good if all that pans out. Sergio Perez. He looks pretty gross as well. Would I love to get my hands on Perez, and he goes to a team that needs him. Kazuto Nashi. Kazuto Nishi. Quinn Pelahaychuk. Aaron Polino goes to Cleveland. Lots of starting pitching flying off this board right now. Pitcher heavy draft. JJ Davenport. Geraldo Perez goes. Here's the Cubs. They take Bobby Prince, the pitcher. And Tampa Bay, they take Spencer Rhodes. Yeah, tip your hat to Tampa Bay. They did their homework. Chet Palma. Yeah, basically, and William Owens goes to the Red Sox, so we are not going to get either of those guys. I really wanted Owens too if I couldn't get Rhodes, and now we're not going to get either one. Very disappointing. Man, that hurts. I really wanted to get Rhodes or... Wow, and even Ronnie Gibson is going. We're not going to get any second baseman at this rate. Wow. That's what happens when you pick 30, though. I mean, I'd rather win championships than not, so I guess that's the price you gotta pay. Miss out on Spencer Rhodes and William Owens. All these second basemen are flying off the board, and that's all we really looked at. But Jason Wood, I wasn't going to pick anyway. Rich Chavez, a starting pitcher. Now, like, if you're looking for value, I think I'm going to have to take one of these closers because it's just not much. So which one should you take? You know, David Velasco, he's got that He's got really good stuff. He's a project, though. And Kenny Fabregas. He's a lot more put together, but he's opted out and a lesser of a ceiling. You know, I like Fabregas a lot, but you know, Velasco might have a walking issue and home run per nine, but when it comes to like his stuff, it's pretty good. So I'm gonna actually go with Velasco. I think this is the third year in a row I've taken a closer. I think with the first pick, so really sucks. I wanted Spencer Rhodes or Owens, but unable to. Sam Shambi, he goes. Not a bad pick for the Yankees at all. Yeah, we had to sit here and wait for a minute. Yeah, the draft definitely did not go the way I was thinking it was gonna go. And we don't get any second baseman that we needed. Which just is kind of upsetting in a way. Chauncey Almerson goes. Definitely figured I could have got him later, but he's gone. He did have some good stuff, and I could have thought about taking him with my first pick, but I thought the closers had a higher ceiling. But he was definitely a good player. Thomas Thompson. Edgar Rivera, pretty good value for the Blue Jays here. They've made a couple good selections now, I believe. Jose Torres. It's not a bad selection, but it's just probably could have did better with that pick. Steve Ramirez goes. Jack Rodriguez. Cesar Torres. Wow, that is a mustache on that man. Quintel Villar. He goes. Joaquim Aparicio. That's some solid stuff. And there goes David Akkad. Looks like Tampa Bay is just picking the players right off my board. but it was kind of the range of where you're supposed to go. Must have been a discovery player because I don't remember seeing Antonio Sanchez. Maybe I did and I didn't scout him, and maybe that was the player to look at and I didn't. We'll have to see. I know Phillies didn't have a good draft a year ago, but maybe they got new scouts. Jeff Green. Raymond Wong. Harold Iglesias. Just make sure Tampa isn't picking ahead of me anymore. I got a couple picks in between Tampa, so I might actually get a couple players I want. Probably didn't speak this into existence though. Kurt Leggett. And Nick McKenzie to the Twins. They're looking to build up their pitching depth. I believe that's another pitcher they took. Toby Bart. The Padres take Aiden Mulligan. Man, I think this is an easy selection for us. We will take the best player on our board, Kenny Fabregas. And yeah, now we got 4 closers in development, but not all of them are going to be closers anyway, obviously, so might as well just get the most talent you can and let them worry about the positions when it matters more. You can always trade these guys too, you know, they don't have to be on your team. You're just taking the best player available. Mike Odom goes. Tons of pitchers flying off this board. Warren Salgado. Jorge Tapia. And at this point, I'm thinking I might take Atkin. He's from Missouri. I'm taking Atkin. Probably a reach, but at this point, I'm taking whatever I want. There goes Tyrone Harvey. I was actually interested in Harvey for a minute. Got back-to-back selections here. Do we take Montez here? He's definitely going to be a fielder. Pick 105. Montez obviously ain't going to fall there. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Montez. Obviously, we pick next anyway, so. Might as well just stick to my board and just go with Oka. I know he's not going to be great, but we just need more catcher depth, and it's what it is. Got to go with McLean here. Kind of like what Rob Broom is. Let's take McCain. Let's take Darrell Ryder. I don't believe we took a second baseman this draft anyway, so might as well take a shot in the dark. Let's go with Dante Pena. Sure, let's take Grover Couch with the last pick. And yeah, that's how the draft went. I mean, we could have probably did a bit better if we could have got our hands on Rhodes or even Owens, and then I would have got the closers after, and then I could have went with Atkin as my 4th pick. But nonetheless, I didn't think we did all too bad. I mean, it definitely helps build on our depth, I think, and that might actually help us a little bit. Going up against Ben Joyce. And you know what, I'm going to hop in this moment and probably call it after that. Definitely would have liked to get
Leading off
more
for
games
the
in today,
Royals,
but
the designated hitter, Nixon.
Ben Joyce has not blown a save the whole season, so this is a task and a half. Former Royal Ben Joyce trying to get a close here in the park he played at for many years.
Oh, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Played his whole MLB career here other than a couple innings in the Angels. And he was tremendous for us. No complaints here for what Joyce did. Nixon line in the box. And he got him to swing on that one.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Put himself in a bad spot here. Oh, he almost had the slurve, and he just fouled it away. And he struck out Lane with the 101. High in the zone. It's Juan Castro now.
Hey! 0-1.
It's like they're in Double-A together all over again. Except you're in the MLB playing against one of the better closers in baseball. Probably the best if you want to be real and just swinging at everything, I
The
guess.
bat, the left fielder.
It's Langford now, and Joyce.
Oh, that's big.
Got Donaldson on deck. Langford went for that one.
Hey! 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And Joyce goes down. Joyce gets him. And that's another save for him. And I let Joyce off the hook. He didn't really throw too many strikes, and I'm just swinging away. I definitely know I can beat him, but nonetheless, 2 for 4 day for Jose Miranda as well. And San Diego gets the win. Oh, Kenny Fabregas really not asking a lot, but the interest for Velasco is kind of tough. That's the thing. When you sign the players, when you have a lot of depth, they're not as interested. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to work on that part. Yeah, I think that'll do it. I'll worry about this the next time I play. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was pretty good at the beginning. We did win a series against Detroit, which was fun. Got a couple of home runs with Flit in the series. Not too many games played, but I think we had a lot of fun action to make up for the lack of, getting for the month. But I think next episode, I think we'll see the home run derby. Because with the way that it is right now, I think we have some players in there. And we do. We have Langford. Donaldson doesn't make the cut though, so Langford is in the derby, but not Donaldson. That's a bummer. I don't know if we'll actually see the derby now. If Langford was in there, I think I would have, but I mean, if Donaldson was in there, but nonetheless, it's all good. Just another peak. And Donaldson leading the votes in MVP for right now. But, yep, that'll do it. I'm out. Peace.